routine begins.
Yeah, I'm just announcing it really quick. Okay, we should be good.
Did you guys have a good day?
Yeah,
We
man.
did.
I caught
we
a little
did.
bit of your stream.
Yeah.
Blue's Monster Hunter stream.
I caught like the end of it.
Yeah, I finished the main story, so it was very exciting. I got to see the ending. So.
Yeah, I saw the credits.
All right. So first question, and we asked this for everyone, but what got you started in content creation? It could be Twitch,
Wow.
YouTube, anything. Just what got you started?
What got me started? Well, I don't know. This is gonna like definitely like age me here, like as a boomer. But like back in the '90s, I used to skate a lot, and in high school, I was part of like the video yearbook staff. I was like the senior editor, so I've always been into like video and like filming skate videos, and I used to break dance as well, so I used to film that shit too. And yeah, so I've always just been around video, and even like it with my family in the 80s, like in Yokosuka, like we had one of those like giant VHS camcorders for like home videos.
That's awesome.
And so yeah, so I used to play with that all the time, and so I've just been like into video making kind of things. So yeah, that's I guess like how I got into like video stuff. But besides that, I'm also an artist. Even back in the day when I was like a little kid, like I've been published. I've had artwork published. I've won a lot of awards and stuff. So
Damn.
I've always been like some kind of a creative person. Yeah, so that's I guess like kind of where it all started.
Derp is asking, yo, did you have a b-boy name?
Yeah, it was B-Boy Y-Rock. It was my name backwards.
That's sick, dude. That's sick. So you're a bad boy.
B-Boy Y-Rock.
Not,
It was
not
like,
just
why
a b-boy.
even rock? I don't even like top rock. Fuck that. No, just
Because we hung out with you at the beginning of the year, right? And you told us about, like
right.
about that stuff and how you're like a Yankee back in the day almost, and like you don't come off at all, right? Blue? Like not at all.
Yeah.
And it's just, and you tell us these stories, and we're not, we can tell you're not like lying or anything. So it's just like, damn,
Right.
like there must have been some like huge moment in your life that just changed.
Where you went from Y Rock to Cory.
Yeah,
Pretty
Twitch.tv/yrock coming to you live,
Yeah.
2020 Twitch.
I don't even know, like, because I also used to do graffiti as well for like 12 years here in Japan.
Oh my
Dude,
god,
that's
what?
so sick.
So like I was into like the whole like subculture scenes. Like all my friends were either like Yankee or like VIP car club members or like lowrider people, bosozoku,
Damn.
skaters. Like all my friends were literally like high school dropouts, and they were like the coolest freaking people ever.
That's so sick. And then, because we started hanging out, or we started kind of talking through Twitch. And
Right, yeah.
and then I checked out your YouTube channel and everything, and it just like, the image that I got of you was kind of like living all over Asia. Like you live in Korea and Vietnam and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
that's something I've never done. I've never really like
Have you
lived.
guys traveled to those countries?
Blue has
I
traveled a
used
lot
to-
more than I have.
Yeah, I used to travel a lot for work, and so I've been to a lot of like, not a lot. I've been to a few places in like UK, France, and whatnot. But I've never really been to any Asian countries. That's the thing. I've been to Europe and North America, but
You guys
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah.
Go.
And for people that don't know, what are the places that you lived in, Cory?
Well, I'm from Japan, born and raised, but I also lived in Korea. I'm half Korean, so like all of my mom's side of the family lives in Seoul, or like in the Seoul area. And then I also lived in Vietnam, and that's it. I've only lived in Japan, Korea, and Vietnam, but I've traveled to like so many different countries in Asia, Southeast.
Is it you lived in America too, right? You said you lived in Hawaii too?
Yeah, I lived in Hawaii and DC, Virginia, Maryland, Green Bay, Wisconsin.
oh my goodness.
Damn.
Like all over Baltimore, like all.
Wow. So yeah, it's so different from like my experience, because I've lived in Japan my whole life. So it's always I love watching those videos of like people, showing up, just how people like the IRL stream, because you do a lot of IRL too here, where they like to see what it's like the day to day in Japan. I like to see that
Right.
like across especially Asia for some reason. I always get interested in that kind of stuff. So,
What was your
It's it's beautiful stuff to see. Like,
mm,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, 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 go ahead.
Oh, just like I get what Blue is saying. Sorry, Gray is saying. About like you're interested in seeing that kind of content because even though if you're from Asia, Asia is super diverse. Like there's a lot of beautiful architecture. Like the culture goes back like thousands and thousands of years. Like it's just amazing. Like everywhere you go, it might be like kind of similar, but it's completely different. Like super unique. So I
mm,
get it with like watching those like IRL videos. Like I love it.
yeah. And watching because you do IRL a lot on YouTube, right? And recently I've been
Yeah.
checking out, and I've been hanging out, or like me and Blue would be hanging out, and it's just I want to ask you about like the YouTube and Twitch culture and stuff later, but it's just so different, like the vibes and everything, and it's like your IRLs are very like professional almost. Like you definitely have a very stable gimbal.
Professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, a very stable gimbal where like when we do IRL stream, I think we got a chat last time saying like, wait, is it normal that I'm getting sick from this IRL because it's so wobbly? Like it's just so different.
Yeah.
It's almost like a side of Japan that because I don't visit the places or live around the places that you show. It's almost refreshing for us to watch it too. And that's why it's so interesting.
Yeah, like because you guys live in like the city, like Tokyo. You guys are in fucking Tokyo. Like that's amazing, Like I'm out in the like Inaka-ish, not really Inaka, but like borderline, like between like suburbia and Inaka. So like I could travel like 10 minutes and be like in the countryside. Yeah, so I get that. Yeah, it's a different view of Japan.
Yeah, it's super interesting because it's like we don't go there, and it's like almost like an hour out by train, so not many opportunities. So it's always interesting, and just the energy of your chat too. They're just so excited to see that more than maybe they like seeing party stuff too. But your chat seems like your community seem like they really enjoy the traditional side almost and the rural side of Tokyo, and I love that energy in your chat. It's really really cool.
I mean, it's the same with like the Bluest community as well. Like everyone's so chill and like down to earth, and you guys know how to joke and not like take it seriously and like get offended and stuff like that. Um, so
Chat
yeah, it's,
trains
it's like
us,
kind of
Yeah.
similar communities. What's
Yeah.
up, Bluest Chat?
We're chill. So I wanted to ask you something about YouTube, right? And if I ask anything too personal, because we didn't talk over the questions we're gonna ask you or anything,
Anything's okay.
please feel free to like just be like I'm not comfortable with that. But
I hate all your questions already.
okay, so we'll see you next time. So what really stands out, we talked about this when we hung out a little bit, but so you have this video, right? The apartment tour of I think
Ah,
Hanoi,
Your
right?
Vietnam
Yeah.
apartment tour.
Right, it's got 2 million views on YouTube, right? And
Right.
over 2 million 2 million views. And I just like want to know, just straight out of curiosity, how did that happen? Did that change your life a lot from just a 2 million? And then the other videos like from like the street vendors in Korea, you get like 500k, 700k, and some that are over a million. Do those videos, just like one of those videos, really change life in a way, just because you get a lot of money from that? Or like I just want to hear like the deets of that kind of stuff, because we've never experienced that.
Yeah, it's obviously completely random. Well, I think we discussed this, when we met up at that izakaya, and there's people that focus on trying to make like viral videos. Like that's their goal, is like just viral videos. That's what they do. That's their entire channel, or TikTok or whatever. It's just viral. That's like their goal, right? But mine's not. And so when something like that goes viral, it just blows my mind, because I'm like, why did that of all videos, I have like 600 videos on my channel, and it's like, of all the videos that I've made, why did that one go viral? I still don't even know why. But I think just from like researching and trying to figure out like really what is the reason, I think it was due to, in like 2017, 2018, there was a huge boom on YouTube where people were watching like tiny home videos. People living in like tiny homes or off the grid in like self-sustainable homes. like what is it called? I can't remember the name of it. It's called like Earth Home or something like that.
Okay.
It's just like completely off the grid. They recycle their own water. Everything's like solar powered. They grow all their own food, like that kind of stuff. So there was like this whole surge in that kind of content, and I guess because I titled my video "tiny," what was it, $300 rooftop, like
Yeah.
tiny rooftop. I think the key word was tiny, and it was
Oh.
like tiny rooftop, and that's what like clicked with all the like algorithms for YouTube because everyone was watching tiny stuff about tiny
Oh
apartments.
wow.
Yeah, and just like I didn't even think about it. I just because my apartment was tiny, and so I was like, it's a tiny apartment, and yeah, and it just and it did change a lot. I gained a lot of subscribers, and I made a lot of money where I didn't even have to work for the entire year of 2018.
That's insane, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was when the first like ad revenue check came in from Google, my jaw dropped. I was like, holy crap! Like it was more than $6,000, and I was
Oh my
making that much
God.
every month for the entire year.
Wow. And especially you talk about in the video and also in your Q&A session that you have, because I watched the whole thing. There's like
Oh
where
yeah.
and you talked about how the cost of living in Vietnam is extremely low. Like you can, because the apartment,
Yes.
your apartment, that $300 apartment is extremely nice. There's like a garden inside, and it's just like you could never get that in Tokyo, you know?
No, never. It
He
was
had, like,
like
a
private
closet.
rooftop and a pond and yeah. But so that price, the $300 a month, to us, like to a lot of people in the Western world or like Japan, like that's hella cheap, right? But in Vietnam, that's more than what people make in 1 month. That's like more than their monthly salary. So, it depends on your perspective. Like, so for a Vietnamese person, that's really expensive. They
Mhm.
pay like $80 a month for their rent, and they live with other people, and so that apartment specifically was targeted to foreigners living in Hanoi City who work there and stuff. So they want to get more money from the foreigners because foreigners make like way more money than the average Vietnamese person. So it's like it was cool to make all that money and just pay a little bit for my apartment, but at the same time I was like I felt really bad because I'm like, there's all my neighbors and like even my landlord. I was like making way more money than my landlord just from videos.
That's crazy,
And,
man.
it was like I don't know. I just felt really bad like for representing this like false image that like, oh, Vietnam is so cheap, but it's actually not because of the cost of living.
Right.
Um, and so even though it's like super cheap for us, for like foreigners, for Vietnamese people, it's how do I explain it? Like like that's the standard, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
to
yeah,
them,
yeah.
Mhm.
it's not cheap. It's like
Right.
it's normal.
Yeah, with the jobs and just the
Right.
just the normal income that they have. That's just a normal cost of living, right? So,
Right, exactly.
and then when you hit it off with something, and I think that's like kind of cool about this whole internet business thing, where it's like you get that one thing, and it's just like a lot more money than way over the cost of living there, and it makes your life
Yeah.
easier too. But
Mhm.
I mean, I think it's because I obviously watched a video. It's really interesting to see that. It's something that the world wants to see. I was very
Yeah.
interested in it too. So it wasn't like some video that wasn't justified. I think it was extremely justified. I think it was really cool. So
Yeah. And I made it completely on a whim. Just like I didn't even think about it. I just woke up one day and I was just like, I feel like filming a vlog. And then I made the vlog and then it just went viral. But that video definitely opened doors for me. Like it opened opportunities for me to work with tour companies in Vietnam and get sponsorships and all this other stuff. So that's kind of how it is on YouTube. It's like you could go for like 4 years and nothing happens, and then just suddenly something happens, but then after that like short period of time, then you just go back to doing nothing for a long time.
and yeah, I guess with that kind of income, it also helps you kind of focus on your content. Really makes you like think for a moment, like, oh, this could be a job, and so you really just like
Right.
put your time into it, I guess. Do you have a favorite
Yeah.
video? You said the house video wasn't intentional, but do you have like
Right.
a personal favorite?
You mean like on my channel?
Yeah, that you made. Yeah.
I don't even know. It's like 600 different videos. Oh, that's a really tough question. I think it like in the career of my YouTube, like I've been making YouTube videos for more than 7 years. There's a lot of stuff that's like really polished, like highly edited and like all that stuff. I don't really care about that stuff. The I really love the streaming stuff that I have on my channel.
Hmm.
So like I did a lot of the IRL walking streams in Korea,
Hmm.
and then I did some in Vietnam, and then of course now I'm doing it here in Japan. Like that stuff like gets me going. Like I love streaming. Like I love interacting with the community. I love people asking me questions. If I'm walking down an alley and there's like a split road, like left or right, and I ask chat, I'm like, where do I go? And then they just like everyone's like, go left, go left, and then I go left, and then I end up finding a weird like sake vending machine that has a naked like kappa
I
thing
remember that.
painted on the side of it. you, you remember that stream? Yeah.
And then you drank
So,
that one cup in a park.
Yeah.
I remember that,
Oji-san style.
yeah. Yeah. I thought.
That's more like GG style.
Yeah, the GG style, dude. Kang in chat says he's also known as Wrong Way May. Do you always get lost in your IRL
Yo,
streams?
Kong man. Yeah, so Kong actually is one of the longest like subscribers from YouTube that I've had from back in the day, and so he actually coined the term. It was like the hashtag term "feed the Cory." So in Korea, when I would walk around, and it was always like walking, and like checking out stuff, and then like near the end of the video, the end of the stream, there would be a portion where I would find some Korean street food, and so he would always put hashtag "feed the Cory," and then it became like a thing,
Yeah.
and then like when I left Korea and I moved to Vietnam, I actually renamed my channel "Feed the Cory" for a while. I had it for like 2 years. But then it felt limiting. Like I love Feed the Cory, but it was like I didn't want my channel just to be about like food, like feeding, only feeding me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I changed it just to my name. But yeah, so Kong's been a long time supporter. Much love to the Kong man.
That's awesome, man. Like it's always good to have your community make memes. It's always
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Meme the shit out of
Yeah, I know. I've been in your chat. It's awesome. Yeah, we're really good, cool like YouTube
Well,
community.
you guys get memed super hard by your community, and I
Oh,
love it. I love
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. I
Yeah, we
get memed
do.
left and right. So, but it's like most of the time it's just my fault because I do dumb shit on stream all the time. So yeah.
It's only Grace's fault.
It's never Blue's fault or
It's never
Aga's
my
fault.
fault. Yeah, no.
Yeah, for sure. Blue, do you have any?
I'm a professional.
Yeah, unlike me.
Blue super pro.
You have any questions? Yeah, we have a whole
We have
list
a
of
lot.
questions, yeah.
So I actually have a question.
do
So
it.
about culture shock. So since you did live in all these like different places, like did you ever go through culture shock? And if so, like what was there like a specific thing you did to deal with that culture shock?
I think with Asia, like just traveling or living in Asia, the culture shock wasn't so bad. It was when when I was 17 years old and my family moved from Japan to America. That was the big culture shock. I kept walking to the wrong side of the car, or
Yeah.
like the door and stuff, and just like driving like on the wrong side of the street, and then like just everywhere I went, it was like my parents live in Southern Maryland, and when we first moved there, it's predominantly like a white and like African American community. Like there's no there are Asians, but like not a lot. And so it was like a huge culture shock for me. Like I was just like, what in the world? Like where am I? What is going? But so from Japanese culture going to Korea, it's actually fairly similar in a lot of ways. Even like with the language, there's a lot of the words that are the same. The grammar is almost exactly the same. So I was able to like pick up on a lot of things like pretty quickly. Vietnam was definitely different. Everyone commutes by motorcycle. That is like the number one way they commute. Compared to like Korea or Japan, where it's by train or bus. And so yeah, that was like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen videos of Vietnam, but there's just like thousands and thousands and thousands of motorcycles every single day, and they don't stop. They don't stop ever. So if you want to cross the street, you just go and you don't stop walking. If you stop, you will get hit. So
Oh
you
my
just
God.
walk steadily, and everyone drives around you, and that's just how it is.
What? That's so
Yeah.
crazy. That's so scary.
Yeah. It is.
What?
It's very intimidating and scary, but it's just once you do it enough times, it becomes so natural. You don't even like really pay attention, and you just do it, and everyone knows like they know the like the rhythm of the dance. Like everybody just goes. Yeah, Jesus, take the wheel. I see that.
That sounds terrifying. And also sounds very loud. Like
Yeah.
sound
It's
wise.
it's really really loud, and like it's very cool. It's very interesting. It's very exciting. There's a lot of like cool energy from that, but there are a lot of cons to this. So there's like pros and cons, right? Like when you travel or live somewhere.
Mhm.
For me, Vietnam, the pros were the cost of living was really cheap. The people are amazing. They're really really nice. The food is phenomenal. Uh, but the downside was the pollution is really bad. There's a lot of noise pollution from the motorcycles and the exhaust. So there's a lot of haze and
Ah.
stuff. Hanoi City sometimes looks like some of those pictures from Beijing, China, where it's just like all grayed
Yeah,
out. You
yeah.
can't see any of the buildings. Yeah, that's a very common thing in Hanoi. And the other part of this is it started triggering my anxiety, which is why I left Vietnam. I started having panic attacks and anxiety attacks in public, like walking around and stuff. I just started it was insane. Like I thought I was dying and having a heart attack, and it was like I was hyperventilating. I was like tingly, numb arms and legs. I couldn't stand. It was really bad, and I was trying to figure out like why, like suddenly why. Like I've never had this in my life before, um, attacks like that, and I figured out what it was. It was the environmental noise, like motorcycles and stuff. Like your brain never has a chance to calm down. You know what I mean? You're always in like fight or flight mode. Um, yeah, so it just over time, it just it caught up to me, and then I was just like, I gotta go. I gotta leave.
Hmm. How does it feel being back in Japan?
I'm sorry.
How does it feel being back in Japan?
Oh, nah. It's so good. So good,
You
guys.
get the strong
So good.
zeros. It's like
Oh
anytime
my
of
God,
day.
there's like no honking. Like I think the other day on my stream, I heard one honking, and I was like, that's the first car honk I've heard in like a year. Like it's just it's so good, and super like natsukashi, and
Hmm,
just it feels good to finally be home after 20 years.
Welcome home.
that's awesome. So
Yay, thank you.
we've been hanging out in your YouTube streams, right? Because
Thank you.
you stream a lot on YouTube, and it's always such a fun time. Like we stay there the whole time. Like I think last time was like people in your chat was saying is the longest stream you've ever done. It was like 4 hours and a half or something like that, and we were
It
there.
was, yeah, 4 hours 45 minutes. That was
That's crazy, yeah. And so it's and we were there the whole time. Like sometimes we would just be lurking, but still we were there. It was just it's really
I
interesting.
really appreciate that.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
of course. Um, what do you think? And you also stream on Twitch, right? Is there a specific
I
reason
do.
why you came to Twitch instead of just streaming games on YouTube?
So when I first started YouTube back in like 2012, like at the end of 2012, um, like I remember watching Markiplier, and I was like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
this guy's half Korean. Yeah, he's half Korean just like me. And I think at the time he had like 100,000 subscribers or
Hmm.
something like that. And I was like, man, this guy's awesome. Like this guy's going places. Now he's got like whatever 25 million subscribers.
Mhm.
But so I was like really interested in that because like first and foremost, I'm a gamer. Like I'm a PC gamer. And also like Nintendo and whatnot. I've just been gaming forever. I think most people from Japan are into like video games, right?
I'd say
Like
so. Yeah.
like
No.
yeah, like our generation especially. Like we
Yeah.
we grew up with like arcade games and like
Yeah.
Famicom, Super Famicom, those kind of things. So I had that growing up in the 80s and 90s, and so I always wanted to play games on video, whether it was live or not. I just wanted to play video games and share that content of me reacting to those games. Um, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it on YouTube. And then so in Vietnam, when when my anxiety started getting really really bad, I couldn't like leave my house and stuff. I was just home all day, and I didn't want to go outside. It was so loud, and like the pollution was crazy, and so I was just like really bored at home, and I was like, what do I do? And so I started playing games, and then I mean I've always been playing games, but I started playing games like a lot, and then I figured, well, since I'm playing it and I'm not making YouTube content, because I did take a break from YouTube during that time, I was like, I might as well stream it somehow. And then I thought about streaming it to YouTube, but it didn't really match the content of my channel over the last from since 2012. And so I was like, oh, there's Twitch. I watch Twitch sometimes, so I just figured like, why not try it out? And I just kind of went for it in around Thanksgiving 2018, I think. Yeah, 2018. And I immediately fell in love with it. Like immediately fell in love with it. The Twitch community is like insanely amazing. And to this day, there's some of it's like family, my family now.
Yeah.
And I didn't like I had a little bit of an family from YouTube, but it's different because like on YouTube, it's like a wide variety, like a wide demographic of people watching for different reasons. But like on Twitch, like the people they want to see games and they want to communicate with you, like who you are. And so there's a lot of introverted like gamer nerds, and
Yeah.
like I'm a super nerd. I'm a gamer, and it was just like, yo, like we're freaking family. Let's go.
Yeah,
Found a
man.
lot of like common-minded people when it
Yes,
comes to like hobbies
absolutely.
and stuff, right?
Yeah, everyone that watches Bluest is a nerd, so it's
Hell yeah, nerds.
nerds and horny weebs is pretty much our demographic.
Horny weebs.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So,
Yeah.
but it's so great, like, cause we never did videos on YouTube. Like, it's very a recent thing. It's just like I was so surprised how close you can get with people and just mess around. Like, normally I wouldn't be able to say, oh yeah, my friends are just a bunch of nerds and horny weebs if I met somebody like at work or something,
Yeah.
but there's this like almost connection that we have where you can just like call people that, and people know that they're that we're just joking. Like Tetsu's offended, he's probably gonna leave the community now, but like there's once in a while, but but for the most part it's
So I think Twitch,
Yeah.
what Twitch offers is like, it just feels like you're all in like one. It's like back then when you invited all your friends over and you just sat in front of the TV playing like your Nintendo. It's kind of
That's
that feeling.
exactly
Yeah.
what it feels like. That's
Yeah.
literally exactly what.
yeah.
So that's usually my image of like Twitch community. It's like you're just all hanging out, you're playing games together, just talking about whatever comes up, kind of thing, eating snacks, drinking, whatever it is. But
It's
Yeah.
I always say it's like the lunch table. So it just feels like a lunch table where it's just lunchtime, we're hanging out with friends, and it just always feels like that. And that's what I really, really like about it. And I feel like and I was gonna ask you what's the difference between community-wise with YouTube and Twitch, but I feel like you kind of already answered that. But is there anything you want to add to that? The difference community-wise and culture-wise? It's a different culture too, I think. YouTube and
Yeah,
Twitch.
it's definitely a different culture for sure. Like I think with Twitch, Twitch and YouTube, like the ages and stuff, like that doesn't really matter because there's like young people and then there's like old people. It's like the wide variety, right? But I think it's their interests is what's different. So like on Twitch, there's a lot of people that are like into gaming, anime, and like those kind of things. But on YouTube, it's just like literally everybody else. Like just someone that just works 9 to 5. I have no idea what their hobbies are, but they just tune in because they like to watch videos about Japan. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? The one thing I do have to say though is with YouTube, with my YouTube community, there's a lot of people, especially elderly or disabled, who have messaged me, like they've DM'd me, and they're just like always like, "Thank you, Cory. Thank you for making these walking videos around Japan and other countries because I either I don't have a leg because I lost it like in the Iraq War, or for whatever reason." I'm wheelchair bound. I'm homebound. I can't leave, and I've always wanted to travel, and I can't, and I don't have the money, or for whatever reason. So I feel like there's more of that kind of a demographic on my YouTube side compared to my Twitch side. Yeah. So and also like on the YouTube side, there's not too many people that are like into games. Like I tried to bring some of my YouTube viewers over to my Twitch side. And I was like, yeah, I'm over here. I'm playing games. Like on my YouTube side, I tried to censor myself just because of algorithms and monetization. Like if I just say fuck the entire time, they're gonna they're not gonna monetize the video. It's gonna get like demonetized or something like that. But on Twitch, I'm more free to just be like who I am. And I tried to bring some of the people over, and some people did come over, and they were just like, "Oh my god, I didn't realize, Cory, you were such a like a crazy foul mouth, you're such a potty mouth." And it's like, and then they just like unfollow me or unsubscribe, and I'm just like, well, fuck you.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, because
It's really unfortunate.
it's funny because like last time I think I was watching your stream, and I think you had one troll come in and they got banned, right? But everyone was like, what happened? What happened? What happened? Like it was this huge deal. Whereas like on Twitch, if you get a troll, it's just kind of this like,
It just kind of happens. It's like a daily thing.
yeah,
On
and it's just
Twitch.
like even people in chat know like, oh, it's just it's a Wednesday kind of thing. You know?
Exactly.
It's I think it's yeah, it's interesting.
I have a question for Blue and Gray here. So I have
Oh.
3 different drinks.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you guys choose my next
Okay.
drink.
Oh, nice.
I have just a normal Asahi Super Dry, but it's got the the sakura like design
It's all
on it.
pink. It's so cute.
Good call.
Yeah, it's all pink. So I got that, and then I have the Sapporo Chuhai, this orange, clear orange.
Is that
I don't know
9%?
if
That's a
you
9% one, right?
It's a 9%er.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
And then I got the last one is the Strong Zero Giga.
What?
Yo, let's
Giga
go
lemon.
strong 0 giga, dude. Let's go strong 0 giga.
Giga Lemon. Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
let's
thank
go.
you. All right, we're gonna
Yeah.
crack this open, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So is there like a certain type of game that you mainly stream on Twitch? Is it?
These
Yeah.
that's a very good question. Yeah, thank you. These days it's just kind of like random, like I don't know. But when I first started, I was actually streaming 7 days a week, every day, 4.5 hours.
Holy
Oh.
crap.
Um, that was during my the beginning of my like major anxiety because I was just home all day. I wouldn't leave my house, and so I would just stream every single day from like 8 a.m. to like 1 p.m. ish around that time. And I was like, what did I played mainly horror games.
Oh
So,
my
like,
goodness.
Nice.
Yeah, I know Blue hates horror games.
I'm such a
Um,
scaredy cat.
Yeah, so like all the horror games that you hate, I streamed it, like Outlast 2, like Resident Evil, like all those games.
Man, so it's
But
stuff
yeah,
from
now
horror.
but now I'm kind of expanding like into other things. Like with my community, we're playing like 7 Days to Die recently. Before that, it was like Sea of Thieves and stuff. And I always try to find like not like those triple A like mainstream titles, like Call of Duty or something like that. Like I'm not really like a first-person shooter kind of person. But I like story-driven games. So like Plague Tale, I played. I don't know if you guys.
Oh,
were
that
watching
game.
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
played-
yeah.
Yeah, I know you guys played that before.
The
you know,
Rat King.
I like those kind of games. Yeah, just
Yeah.
like cool stories, nice graphics. It like really puts you into like the environment. And yeah.
Is it more like, cause you do YouTube streams, right? Cheers.
Kampai to everybody over on the Bluest stream, Bluest family.
Do you play like multiplayer games with like viewers and stuff?
With viewers, well, with the my Discord community, yeah, we like before it was Sea of Thieves a few times, and now we're getting into 7 Days to Die. But before that, like I was heavily into WoW. Like I played WoW for like 13 and a half years. Yeah, like I was like a hardcore raider, like just through and through since like the launch time. And yeah, so I was like super into like MMORPGs. Like besides WoW, I also did like Age of Conan, Guild Wars 2. I tried to join you guys in with Final Fantasy.
Yeah, what
I
happened?
know what happened there.
They can't get it to work, and I was working with the support team back and forth for like a month, and they're just like, yeah, we can't help you. And I was like, well, give me a refund. And so they gave me a refund.
Oh.
Because last time we hung out, we talked about like all the problems you had with like the Microsoft account and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What game was that?
So
That you had problems with a
Wait,
certain,
on Microsoft?
and yeah, it was like a back and forth kind of thing, and it just like I don't know if it ever resolved or.
it was with the Game Pass, and
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, and that's how I got the Sea of Thieves, because I was playing with like my Discord community and my mods and stuff, and then just like one day I couldn't log in, and I was like, why is it not logging in? And then like it's just like, we don't recognize your computer, and then like I was like, what? I've been playing for like 2 months.
You face so many problems.
Yeah.
I know, it's I'm so
There was a
yeah,
part of us
so
when 14 didn't work out. We're like, it would happen to Corey out of all people.
Out of all people,
yeah,
yeah.
it would happen to
That
him
sucks.
from the Game Pass.
That really sucks.
it was crazy. Yeah, there was like that Mog, what is it,
Fog Station?
Mog Station.
Mog Station.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was with Mog Station, and they're like, they kept telling me go to Mog Station. I'm like, I'm in it now. I'm literally pressing the button you're telling me to do, and it keeps saying error, error. And I'm like screenshotting it and sending it to them, and they're like, what? And hold on, we're gonna pass you on to someone else. I got passed around like to 7 different people, and nobody knew how to help me. And then I was just like, you know what, refund.
I mean, if you're going
That's
through that much
bad.
trouble, like I
Yeah.
wouldn't. You know,
But I wish I could play with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could play with you guys, but the game won't let me. It won't let me get download.
It wouldn't even let me download the game. I bought it, and it was like, I can't even download the game.
That's so weird. That's so weird. Because the thing is, I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever heard anyone else having issues.
I
You're
don't
like
know
the
why.
first person.
Yeah, it's not even the game;
Yeah.
it's the login service for the
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
They
That's so
even gave
weird.
me like something. They were like, "Are you streaming from? Are you trying to log in from a cafe or a school?" I'm like, "I'm at home." And then they're like, "Maybe your internet's too slow." I'm like, "I have Hikari fiber. It's like a gigabyte. Like, it's like 1 gigabyte. Like, it's so fast. It's so fast. Like, please help me, help me. Like, I'm trying to play with my friends." And they're just
Yeah.
like, and then yeah. Anyways, I gave up. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. If you're going
No.
through that much trouble, yeah.
Yeah. Well, not at all. Like, yeah, it just happens.
It
So,
happens, yeah.
so like, I've realized that you. Did you have a question?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that do content in Japan, right? That are they're not
Yeah.
locals here, and then they do a lot of content about showing a lot of stuff about Japan.
Oh,
are
yeah,
you
for
are you
sure.
part of that community? Do you know a lot of YouTubers in Japan? Is it a tight knit community?
Oh, that's a good question. Very, like, actually really good question. There are a lot of foreign YouTubers here, and it's way more than in Korea, like when I was living there. So when I was, when I was moving back to Japan in April 2019, I was like, okay, I'm literally coming back into like a minefield of things. I'm like, I don't know, like I know the big YouTubers, obviously, like I think most people know the big YouTubers, and they're cool, and I actually have been chatting with one of them for a long time, over the years, and anyways, so now that I'm here, it's like cutthroat mentality. It's like I don't know how to explain. It's like, it's not. I don't want to say anyone's names or anything like that without
Yeah.
like, but it's like there's a lot of like this cutthroat kind of like, it's who do you know, how many numbers do you have, and how can you benefit me, instead of the other way. Like it's like a numbers game kind of thing, and it's like, oh really, come on, I just want to like hang out, like I don't care about the YouTube thing, I just want to
Yeah.
meet you or whatever.
Right.
But so before I came here, or like right after I came here, I did reach out to a lot of different things, and essentially it was just like, yeah, no, like you need to be more popular before you can even like contact us. And so I was just like, well, fuck you. Like I was like, all right, well, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna do my own thing, and that's it. And yeah, so there are a lot of foreign YouTubers here. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like all of them are like the way I just described, but there was some incidences where that happened, and that happens everywhere. I think that happens, in Korea. It happens even in Vietnam, but amongst YouTubers, and like, no matter where you go, it's just like, oh, what, like how many. When they receive your message, before they reply, they check your account and they see how many Instagram followers you have, how many YouTube followers you have, your Twitter followers, and they want to see like, oh, is he worth my time to like contact?
I see.
It's so shallow. It's like, what? But there's some cool people too. Like, the opposite of that is there's really cool people. and they, you know, they will message you and they'll reply and they'll like your stuff and like retweet your stuff or whatever. And you know, I'm very thankful for those people, and I really want to meet them, but they live not like they don't live in Tokyo.
I see.
They live, yeah, they live far away. They don't really ever come to Tokyo, and you know, hopefully one day I get to meet them and, you know, maybe collab or something like that, or even just like non-YouTube stuff, like just go for like a beer or something, you know,
Yeah.
eat some yakitori or whatever.
So it's even hard to just even hang out with them, not even like for content, I guess, but just like to get to know them kind of thing. Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, it's like I'm not trying to generalize because each person is different, right?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think
There's
you're
cool
coming off
people,
like
there's
that at all. I think like at least
yeah,
to me,
okay,
like, yeah.
okay.
It
Yeah,
happens with
so
anything, man. Like there's always the people that are kind of cool, and then the people that just don't match with you almost. Like you guys don't really think on the same wavelength,
right,
and that's fine too.
right,
I think. Um,
I think that happens,
exactly.
yeah, not just on like media platforms like Twitch or YouTube either. I think that happens in like even school settings, like cliques and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think it's just how it is in a lot of like social situations, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's also really hard for us, like if you actually stream or make content, because there's a lot of ways that that unintentionally or intentionally you can fluctuate your followers or stuff like that, or viewership, with, you know, the tools of the internet, you know. And it could be unintentional, you don't put it in yourself, but like you don't know what to
Right,
trust
right.
anymore. So honestly, like I just don't look at any of that stuff, and I just because we've been a victim of that too, like you know, it's not fair to judge
Oh,
other people
really?
for that. Oh yeah. So I just watch the content, and if I like it, I like it. If not, you know. And but it doesn't
Right.
mean that they're bad people or anything like that. Like I always think when I go into a channel and I feel like there's a bot in the channel or something, my first inclination isn't, oh, they're botting themselves, it's maybe somebody put it in. Is kind of the mentality I put in. And so like you really don't know who to trust. Like the cool people are cool, man. Like maybe they don't have many
Yeah,
followers or whatever, but you know, the cool people are cool.
yeah. I think that's what matters is like just the cool people. Like when I met you guys were like before I even met you guys, like just watching your stream, I was like, man, these guys are chill. Like like Blue and Gray, you guys are like down to earth. That's that's what I like. I like cool freaking people. Sorry, I'm reading your comments. Your chat. Yeah.
Cool people are
Cool
cool.
people are cool.
It's
Great
true, man.
2020.
It's true. And like, yeah, hanging out with you, like we almost had no worries. Like we hang out with people that come to Japan, like viewers that come to Japan, and like everyone.
Yeah.
We've never met one person that's shitty. We've never, and I think a lot of people think we're just like we are on the stream. Like we're not, you know, we're not very different. And same with you, like hanging out with you, it was exactly what I imagined in the best way possible. It was just super chill, like, yeah, absolutely. And so it was, especially with Twitch, and you know, we're not like huge on Twitch or anything, so it's this really cool kind of bubble almost, where you get to really hang out with people that are cool, like
Yeah.
except Toasty was shitty though. I don't know. Just kidding.
Yeah, Toasty, what the hell?
We met Toasty twice. Yeah, it's like honestly, like everyone's really really cool. Everyone's
Yeah.
like it's yeah.
I mean, we've got to a point where like we're just genuine friends with people in a community, and I think that's a very, very cool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like for you guys, sorry, I'm like asking now. I'm gonna ask some questions. For your guys' streams and stuff, like how often do you meet up with like followers and stuff, you know, from the streams, and then they come to Japan?
Well, I mean, if they're here, we try to meet them. Like, of course, there were a couple times where our schedules didn't meet up, but we've met with most of the people who have contacted us. And they usually say like, "Hey,
Sweet.
we're in Tokyo from this day to this day. Do you guys have any time?"
Yeah.
And then we'll just pick a day and we go meet those people. So
Yeah, we just hung
That's
out
so cool.
with our boy Drew. Was actually one of the first people that we
Yeah.
met through on stream. That was visiting Japan. We met him. He was visiting again. Like it's just like almost.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, it's we're not even, because these people spend a lot of money and they love Japan, right? Because remember, these are horny weebs. Like they come to Japan, they love
They
Japan,
only want to go to Akiba.
and then they're not gonna ruin their experience by doing anything sketchy, you know? Like
Yeah.
there's too much on the plate,
Right.
and they respect
Right.
and love Japan. So there's almost, and it's almost a privilege because we live in Japan, not in America or Europe or where they live in. It's not easy access, so they want to make the best of their time. And you know, I told Blue that when we first started meeting our friends or our viewers, and exactly what it was. Like, everyone's been the sweetest people I've ever met. Like, way better than like my coworkers and stuff like that. Like, really, really cool people.
Dang.
Yeah, like,
Throw your
honestly.
coworkers under the bus.
Yeah, you'd fuck them. But you know, like, it's like it's just a really
Nice.
cool community, and I think that's kind of the cool part of the internet, is you get to actually make friends.
And we can
Right,
say
real life
like,
friends, real
yeah,
life friends.
yeah, and now we can say we have friends all over the world.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that, yeah, like you were saying, like they spend all this money just to visit Japan. We're just kind of like, they're here to see Japan, not necessarily us. And we're just, I mean, of course they want to see us
Yeah.
because they're in Japan, but they're spending all this money to get the plane tickets, and then they're taking time off work. And so it's like this very, it's not like just a simple thing like, hey, can I hop over to your like neighborhood or whatever and
It's
come
like a
say
15-minute
hi.
drive or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
not like that. So it's kind of like a guarantee that everyone's gonna be here because they're trying to enjoy a vacation, not to like dox us or do something dangerous. So
Right, exactly. And if that ever happened, you know, just like gouge our.
Yeah, and there's people that lived in Japan that wanted to meet up, and I straight up told them no on stream because they
Oh,
were like,
really?
"Hey, let's hang out," and then I like straight up told them no and the reason why I said no was because they weren't really chill, like I didn't like them, so like
yeah,
very
yeah,
personal reasons. But I just like if
And
you're
they
being a
currently
piece of
live in
shit,
Japan.
then yeah, like I'm not gonna hang. Why would I want to hang out with you? You know?
Right,
So
exactly.
yeah, that's happened, but.
yeah.
People that come from overseas,
That sucks.
we meet pretty much like 99%. Like, everyone's like the coolest people ever, honestly.
I have this funny story. When I was in Korea, so I used to meet like almost every person that would, you know, message me. And they'd be like, yeah, let's meet up. And it just got to be like way too much. So I don't really do that these days. But you know, with Twitch, I don't mind. But with YouTube, I'm just like, yeah, no. But there was one time where I rejected this guy, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna come to Korea and blah blah blah. Let's meet up. And I was just like, yeah, like, no, I'm really busy. Well, you know, I didn't want to like be rude. And then so like I don't even remember where I was. I was walking with my friend who was visiting from the States, and I was showing her around Korea and around Seoul. And it was late at night. It was like 11 p.m. And then suddenly I just hear like from down the street, some guy who's just like, Cory! Cory! And I was just like, oh my God, who is yelling my name across the city streets? I was like, what the hell is happening? There was no cars, no people. So it was just like his voice echoing down the street. And I was just like, what is happening? And then it was the guy that I told like I was busy, and he was like, oh my God. Let's like, he was like, it was insane. Like, obviously he was like really nice, but it was just like overboard. Like,
It's a little awkward.
like,
almost.
Yeah, a
yeah,
little
I
bit,
was
yeah.
I was like showing my friend around, and I was just like, like, yeah, I'm kind of busy right now. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and he was like, yo, let's go drink, and like all this
Oh,
stuff. And I
man.
was like, yeah, no, like, I'm showing my friend from the States. She's literally visiting from Maryland. Like, you know, this is her first time in Seoul. I want to show her around some cool places and stuff, and we're gonna go eat dinner. And he's like, oh, can I come? And I was like, oh God, like,
Oh, whoa.
like he's like trying to like interject into our schedule, and I was just like,
That is
yeah,
so
no,
weird.
just message me later, and like we'll meet up. And then yeah, he obviously messaged me like a ton of DMs, and I was just like ignorant.
That's pretty crazy. Can I get 20 seconds?
Yeah.
I drank way too much alcohol and I need to pee right now. I'll be back in 20
No.
seconds.
No,
Give me
you have
a
to
sec.
pee your pants right now. Just pee your pants.
I have a question for you though.
I know before we get to Gray's
Only
question.
the cool people pee your pants.
Actually, I have a question for you, but maybe I should wait for Gray to get back.
Oh really? Wait, you should go. Maybe I should take over your stream, like just for like 20 seconds. Be like, hi, my name's Bluist. I'm blue and gray combined. It's like fusion, Dragon Ball fusion.
You know, that's actually, I actually never seen Dragon Ball. I've only seen like a few episodes, of like the original Dragon
Oh.
Ball, and yeah, that's
Oh
something I always
no.
get flamed on, like for on stream, because I've
I
never
see. Well,
seen it.
So,
And it's like a very
so if I
popular
say
one.
fusion, what do you think?
Uh, I don't know. I'm guessing two people fuse together, right? Am I correct? No, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I mean, I know some of the characters. I know some of
yeah,
the
yeah.
characters, but I just don't know like
I,
a
ju-
lot of
I
plot
just meant
points.
like if you weren't
Yeah.
thinking about Dragon Ball
Yeah.
fusion, what other kind of fusion were you thinking of? And it didn't have to be like anime related at all. But yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, now I'm in the mindset of Dragon Ball, so I can only think of like fusing two people. But
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Right.
all right, welcome back. And so yeah, so my question is, so you know, you mentioned that you are mixed and you grew up here, but you lived in the U.S., right? Like
Yes.
as someone who is mixed, or I mean third, what was it, the third
Third culture kid.
Yeah, did you face any like difficulties growing up, or like did you have to like face any obstacles or anything like that while you were here, or even in the U.S. or like anywhere?
Oh my, that's a loaded question, and I'm sure you know because you know you're mixed as well. So being half Korean, half American, born and raised in Japan, yeah, there have been some pretty crazy incidences that I've experienced. Like one that stands out in my mind is when I was in high school. I used to live in Sasebo. You know, same as Kudoken. We went to the same school, except I was there 10 years before him.
Sase bros.
Sasa boners. That's what we used to call each
Oh,
other.
the Sase boners. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not the Sasa bros. It's the Sasa boners.
Nice.
Like,
What
I'm
do I
not
have
even
to be?
kidding.
What do I have to do to be a Sase boner?
You just need to live in Sasebo. That's
Let's
it.
go, Blue.
So yeah, that's like anybody that lives in Sasebo, you're a Sasa boner. So I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, so I was like 16 years old at the time, and I was doing web design and kind of like journalism for my high school, and so we used to go to the this like Far East like journalism tourist what is it called? Journalism conference something something something, and so one year it was actually in Tokyo, and it was at ASIJ
Okay.
in Tokyo, American school in Japan. It's an international school in Tokyo, and so I went there, and there was a group. So there was representatives of journalism from the different American schools, like from the military bases in Japan, in Korea, and Guam, and so they all came there. And so we were there, and so anyways, there was a group of people from Korea. They were from Seoul American High School, I think. And so I met them, and they were like really chill, and they were like, yeah, we're from Korea. And I was like, oh cool, I'm half Korean. And they're like, yeah, and like it was like, yeah, that's cool, Korea, yeah, go Korea. And then so we hung out and like all this stuff. And then the next day, I think it was like because it was a weekend, and the next day was Sunday, and they were like, yo, like we're gonna go to church, come with us. And I was like, oh, I'm not religious.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm not religious at all. And then they're like, what? and I was like, yeah, I'm atheist. Like I don't believe in anything. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just non-religious. I don't worship any gods, any devils, nothing. Like just zero. And they were like, immediately they just attacked me, and I was
Wow.
like, whoa. Like they were like, you're not Korean. You're ashamed to Koreans. You're from Japan.
What the fuck?
You're a Japanese
wow.
nationalist, and like you have Korean blood, but you're a traitor to the Korean nation. And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Wow. Wait.
are you serious? Just because I declined church? And I was like, what?
And these are people from ASIJ?
No. They were from Seoul American High School in Seoul, and we were all visiting ASIJ. That's where the conference took place. And I was just like, what in the hell is going on? Like, you guys are so
It's-
cool until I said I don't believe in God, and then they just like snapped on me,
Oh.
and they were immediately like, you're not Korean. You're a traitor to your Korean ancestry, and like all this stuff. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah, it was insane. So that was like one example of something that has happened as a mixed person from Japan of Korean Korean American descent.
Crazy. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. I was like, what? Like my jaw just dropped to the floor. I was like, are you serious?
yeah. I always like, I never really talk about that. Like,
Yeah.
it just becomes a messy conversation almost.
sure.
Yeah.
And it's like, you think they're really cool. People are really cool, but as soon as you kind of go across that line, they might not think you're cool. Because I don't really live by religious rules or anything, so I don't really have a big thing like,
yeah,
believe what you want, man. If you're cool, right? So it's
exactly.
but yeah, some people it's a very touchy subject, so you gotta
Yeah, so that was one thing. The other parts are like so for example, like I teach English currently, I teach English to adults one-on-one, and every new student I meet, I have to explain my background story. Like, and it gets so tiring. Like, I'm just like, they're like, wait a minute, you're from Japan, you're born in Japan, you lived here until you were 17, but you're not Japanese, and it just like their mind is like blown.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I want to like print out like a sheet that just has my life story written on it and just be like, here, you can read this when you go home today. So we're gonna skip this part and we're just gonna start the lesson. Like, yeah. So like, I don't know, like Blue, like, because you're mixed, right? Like, do you have that kind of thing where you have to like explain your background and those kind of things? Like,
I mean, it's definitely one of like the first questions I get, but like from anyone. I don't.
really?
But, yeah. It's usually like if it's in person, it's usually like what's your not background, but like what are you kind of thing, like what are you full Japanese, are you mixed, and then so it's like it's usually that, I guess, but it's never really negative. I did
Yeah, it's
have,
never negative.
yeah, it's just usually it is very like brought up very often though, because I think it is still pretty rare here, even though it is getting more common, but I think it is still very rare to see mixed race kids here.
Yeah.
So it's like a very like it's a question of curiosity.
Right.
So I have a question. Monty2Z2 in the comments says, so much people attack you for the politics and religion. That is why I watch streams on Twitch. YouTube has too much of that. Do you feel that? Because I'm not really that well versed in that. Are they more touchy on YouTube, do you think, personally, for you? Or do you feel like...
Well, I mean, they could be. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that YouTube is like really toxic in the comments section. Like, people are like, like keyboard warriors, and just like, oh, I'm anonymous. Like, I have my username is like 122fuck69, or
It's a good name.
it's just like, yeah. So they feel like they can just say anything, and so if you mention anything that's like related to religion or politics, even in the slightest in your videos, there's going to be like that one guy that's in that comment section who's just going to be like blah blah blah, and like copy pastes like something from Wikipedia about like the Communist Manifesto or some shit.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
just like, what in the world is this guy on? And then you're just like instant ban.
I feel like... Because you remember we had that typhoon, right, last year? And
Which one?
the big one,
The big one.
the big one that we had.
Oh,
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
Typhoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on my birthday.
Wait,
Are you
really?
serious?
Oh my goodness.
October 12th, plus the earthquake at the same day, on
Damn.
the same day.
Because there's a stream on YouTube of the crossing in Shibuya, right? And it's like a 24/7 live stream. Like, you can go check it right now of the Shibuya crossing.
Right.
And we were watching that
Right.
because it was crazy. And then in the comment sections, like the live chat, like there was one Korean person. I was like, hey, I'm Korean. Hope Japan's all right. Blah blah blah. And then just gets into this like huge fight all of a sudden. And it's just like, like what the fuck, like.
Why?
Yeah, it's so crazy. But I mean, that kind of stuff you can find on Twitch too, if you look in the right or wrong places, I guess. But
True.
I was like really surprised. Like, I was like,
Like, what does this have to do anything with what's
Yeah.
going on right now?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that kind of thing, like it does happen on Twitch, but it happens way more on YouTube because like YouTube videos are offline, right? Like they're not
Mhm.
live,
Yeah.
and so like people just watch all the time, like at any time, like whenever it's available to them, and they just leave insane comments. Like so many of my videos from Korea on YouTube, there would just be like some random person who's just like like suddenly brings up Dokdo, the islands,
Mm.
between Korea and Japan,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
like, and it's like, what? My video's not even about that. My video's about like eating Korean street food. Why are we talking about Dokdo? And yeah, it's just like insane. I just have to like, one of my, this is kind of a guilty pleasure to admit. One of my guilty pleasures is waking up in the morning, checking the YouTube Creator app, and banning every fucking shitty ass comment on there. Like, I it's a daily thing. I ban like 5 to 6 people a day.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, I get so many trolls. It's crazy. But I don't get that many on Twitch at all.
Yeah. So, makes love to food actually has a really good question, and I think this
Jenny.
this goes for all of us.
Yeah.
But do you guys ever have a really bad day but stream anyway? And if you do, how do you psych yourself up to stream? And do you let your audience know, or you put on a face for show? It's an extremely good question. What what do you say to that, Corey?
Oh, Danny, we were just playing 7 days earlier. Wow, this is a loaded question. Okay, do you guys ever have a really bad day but stream anyways? Yes, because sometimes streaming with the community and talking to people actually is great stress relief. It's like a good way to just like bond with the community, get some of the stress off your chest. Hey, you know what? Screw the stress. Let's go and just like kill these mobs or something like that. Let's go raid or let's go do
Yeah.
something. That part of being a streamer is really nice. I really love it. Like the community is so supportive. They show love for every situation in your life. They even if you don't say it out loud, like in Discord or in the chat or like even while you're streaming, people know, like your regulars, your community. They're just like, hey, like what's going on? Like I could tell like you're having a bad day or something like that. They'll DM you and they'll ask you like, hey, is everything okay? Um, so I really love that, and it makes me want to stream. You know what I mean? Yeah, it makes me want to like, hey, okay, thank you for helping me get past my crap. Let's go stream. Um, Psyching myself up for streaming. I don't know. Like, do you guys have a ritual before you like actually go live, Blue or Gray?
For me, it's like a recent thing, but it used to be music, but recently I watch streamers. There's a Japanese streamer that I'm like in love with right now. Does gaming on YouTube, and I watch his videos before I go on stream because I aspire to be a streamer like him. So it's
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, like I think he puts out like the best content. Hey, so I watch his videos before I go on stream. How about you, Blue?
For me, I think it's still music. I just listen to, most of the time, I listen to like anime opening songs because they really hype me up. They're like the
That's
perfect
awesome.
way to like, because most anime songs are very like, it's supposed to give you that kind of hype feeling for the opening. And so I usually pick out a few I like and just play it on a repeat. So it's not, yeah, it's just
The
a little
hype
something.
music.
Yeah.
That's so great. You know what I do to hype myself up?
Drink.
Possibly. Sometimes. So like when the stream like when the intro is rolling or whatever, like I now have an intro video that plays for like roughly 5 minutes.
Mhm.
And while that's playing, like I'm actually standing up and I'm stretching.
Mm.
Like I'm actually like stretching my legs and my back and my neck and like all these things because I know I'm gonna sit for a while, right? Um, so I want to make sure like physically like I feel okay. Um, so it like while I do that, it's kind of like hyping me up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
Getting
I'm
your
not
body
listening-
ready.
Yeah, like just when if I physically feel good to stream, that mentally makes me like hyped up. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, all right, I'm good. Like, we're gonna have some good posture today. No more slouching. Like, let's go.
Yeah, it's. I think stretching is. I stretch in the middle of the stream. Like I'm just like I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then I'll go to the bathroom and then I'll stretch a little bit. Cause I mean sitting for like 6 hours and whatnot
Right.
is yeah.
So like I can see like Kong, he's saying like it's a running joke. So yeah, like oh sorry, he's talking about something else. But
It says people who
um
pick on Corey end up in my basement.
yeah, he has a basement full of people that he eats and sometimes lights on fire. But
Very wholesome community you
Okay.
got on YouTube. Just gotta say that.
yeah. But so with the streaming, the stretching part of it is they'd be like, oh yeah, booty stretching. You're gonna stretch your ass, booty stretches. You gotta do the booty stretches. You know, you gotta stretch the asicus muscle.
Are you
That
saying
that
that
one's
you have a
from.
nice ass? Are you flexing on
Oh,
us
I'm
right
not
now?
saying that at all. It's just like if you're gonna be sitting down for many hours, you gotta stretch the asicus muscle. You gotta
This is
like
true.
stretch your booty. Like just make sure you know you're good to go.
Yeah, very true.
Very important.
Um, Nine in chat is asking, have you guys ever had concerns about your privacy and such? Have you ever had that, Corey?
My privacy. Yeah, there have been some people that have tried to figure out where I live
Wow.
through my videos. You know, like what was the thing like that happened a few months ago where some guy was following like was it a Japanese or a Korean like pop star, and he zoomed into her eyeball picture and he found the landmarks and he just like tried to like triangulate like where her house was. You know what I'm talking about?
You see, that's a crazy story, but people in our community have done that to me before I made my face
Shit.
reveal. I
Yeah.
took a
Oh,
pic.
you mentioned this. You mentioned
Yeah,
this.
I took a picture of Anu, and before I made my face reveal, someone sketched out the outline. They zoomed up on the Anu's eyes and the reflection through that, and then yeah, they sketched it out.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It was Fuchan. It's
Yeah,
vulgar in chat.
should we be
yeah.
worried?
Yeah, but I mean that's like all
Yeah.
good and fun. But I think actual people trying to find out where you live is really
That's
freaky.
scary, yeah.
It's super scary. Yeah, so like I used to stream on YouTube like a lot with so I don't know if like you guys know this, but I'm divorced. I had an ex-wife. She's Canadian, amazing person. She's still my friend. We still chat all the time. But we did a lot of streaming and stuff together, and we even streamed our wedding.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so a lot of people tuned into the wedding and whatnot. But there was so many people that were trying to find out like our private stuff, like where are we going and what hotel and like where do we live and like what's our schedule, so they can like find us and follow us, and like what bus number do we take, and like all these weird things.
Damn,
and,
dude.
you know, yeah,
Oh
you
my
just gotta like
goodness.
ignore it, right?
Yeah. By the way, I saw your video on YouTube where you guys like announced the divorce, and it was just such an uplifting video, and it was like you guys were very positive, and it was just like, wow, that's a rare thing to like come out and just like talk about, and you could really tell you guys are on good terms, like you guys are friends, shouting out each other's channels and stuff. So it was like it was very refreshing.
Right. Yeah, and the other weird like part of that whole thing was we took a selfie on Instagram, like a divorce selfie, and we hashtagged it divorce selfie, but we didn't know that was actually a thing.
Okay.
And it got picked up by all these media channels on social media. It went
Yeah.
viral on Facebook. It had like 6 million views. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, my divorce selfie went viral on Facebook. 6 million views. It was insane. I was like, what? All these people were messaging us, like Wall Street Journal and stuff. They're like, can we interview? Can we
What
interview?
the hell?
my
That's
goodness.
crazy.
What?
Yeah, we were just like, so we gave a few interviews. My ex's, her name is Marie. So Marie and I, we did give a few interviews, but after that we were just like, we just ignored all the emails. Like we got hit up by so many people. We're just like, no, this is crazy.
There's people in chat that saying that was you. So
Twas me.
I
Twas me. Cory and Marie divorced.
So what's the thing? Like, is it like were they trying to figure out this trend about divorce selfies, or like what was the?
Yeah, there's two sides of it. They were like, okay, like it's cool that you guys are like, you know, still friends, and you're able to be comfortable enough to share your divorce publicly in a kind of like a fun way. But then there was like the other side of it where people were just like, that's you guys are disrespecting the sanctimony of marriage and like all these things. And
Oh
like,
God.
no, I was like, really?
see.
Come on now. Like, are you serious? And they're
That's
like,
crazy.
yeah, they're like, marriage is not a joke. You shouldn't be like hashtagging it for your self like interests and stuff. And it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, it's not like it's the most
Yeah,
personal thing and
okay,
it's your
right.
choice,
Yeah.
right? What the fuck?
Right? Yeah.
it's like,
So,
that's crazy. Like, dude, it seems like Cory gets viral on like a like a certain pace. Like, gets the viral video, got the YouTube videos, and then you got the viral divorce selfies. What's next?
I don't even know, like the accidental like dick click leak or something.
All right, send that to me in my DMs. All right.
Okay, I will.
Okay, yeah.
Guys,
Send
I
that
want
to
to
me.
go back to the. I want to go back. We're gonna move on, but no, I want to go back to the. Wait, so you streamed your wedding? How was that? Because I feel like weddings are usually like a very like stressful time, right? And I think
It was
like,
super stressful.
yeah, like a lot of people probably wouldn't think like, I have no time to stream my wedding because I'm gonna be super busy. I feel like that's gonna be like the general mindset. So how was that?
So
How'd you guys
I
manage?
actually set up a tripod and then with like a phone, like a cell phone holder, because I stream from my cell phone. That's what I do. When I do IRL streams, it's from my cell phone. So in Korea, they have unlimited data, like Japan doesn't have that, but in Korea they do. And so I just put it on my phone. It was fully charged. I just like put it on a tripod and it was just like there. And I didn't even touch it like at all. Like the entire stream, I never touched it. And so eventually it got to the point where like after the ceremony, it was like, okay, so this phone is just sitting there facing like an empty scene. So we asked one of our friends, like, hey, can you just like take the phone around and like, maybe start talking to the people in the audience, like the family and friends that are here at the wedding, and just like interview them or just like whatever, just show people like on the stream like what's going on. And so we it was kind of funny. Marie's brother who knows really nothing about streaming, he was like, okay, sure, I'll do it. And so he's like walking around and he's like filming people, and the entire time he's reading the chat and he is just like, why do these people give a shit about this wedding? Why are they wasting their time watching this stream? This is so stupid. And he was like talking shit. And, it's like, and so the chat started whispering. They started DMing other people, and they were like trying to tell Marie or I to get the phone out of her brother's hands to like pass it off to someone else.
Toxic.
Yeah, he was just like talking shit the entire time about the stream. He was just like, these guys they have no lives. They're just watching the wedding. Like, don't they have anything better to do?
my
Oh, he's shitting on chat.
He was shitting on chat. Yeah, it was so
my
funny.
God.
And
Oh my
then, so
God.
finally, Marie, she stepped in and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then so she grabbed the phone and she passed it to someone we could trust, and who's also a YouTuber. And so she was going around and she was interviewing people, showing people eating food and dancing. It was great.
I mean,
yes. So
Stoic in
Go ahead.
chat is saying, "Where's the lie?" I mean, it's true. I mean, it's very important to us, but like, it's almost this new generation where we're interested in the personal lives, like the most personal moment, right? It's
Right.
So it's really hard for people that aren't part of that culture to comprehend that, and I can kind of see that.
True.
Yeah.
Right?
True. Yeah, he's never streamed before, so to him, he was just like, "What is this? Why are they handing me a phone to like walk?"
Wait, is there a VOD of this? Can we check this VOD out? We're just talking shit to chat.
I have it set on private, but I can DM it.
I want to see this so bad. I want to see this.
I still have it. It's still on my channel, but it's set to private. But I have a link. I could definitely send the link to you. Anyone who has the link can watch the video. So yeah, I'll DM that to you.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see it. It was a nice wedding, and then suddenly it's just her brother talking shit.
That's crazy, dude. That's insane. Like, did you ever? Because you do a lot of IRL streaming, right? Did you ever have
Yeah,
any
yeah.
moments of where you unintentionally filmed something that you didn't want to be on stream? Because one time, I think it was our first Halloween stream when we first started streaming. It was like a couple months since we started streaming, and our mod True let us know that we in the background there's like some dude pissing,
Yeah.
and
What?
and we didn't know about that.
did
Like it
not
was like
know
completely
that.
unintentional, and then like he just clipped that part and put it there. As if it was like a highlight of the fucking stream.
Oh, shit.
So like,
No way.
do-
They clipped the
Yeah.
peeing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever have those moments where you feel like you're like chat lets you know that you're unintentionally filming something like intense?
Yeah, sometimes. Like, so for example, there was one time where we were trying the like the corn soup in it from a vending machine.
Mhm.
And so I put my phone down and I was like trying to open the can and I was like changing batteries on the stabilizer. It was my old stabilizer. And so anyways, I put the phone down and I didn't know, but the phone was literally facing my crotch the entire time.
Nice.
And yeah, so that kind of became a thing where they were just like crotch stream. And then yeah, there was another recent one. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I was at the
Wait.
7-Eleven.
Is the bathroom thing?
Yeah, the bathroom.
Yeah.
I
was
really had to
watching
pee. I really had to pee.
I was watching that, and that dude comes in the shot.
Yeah, there's like some random Japanese guy, and he's just like, he's got glasses, and he's just like staring at my phone, like, what is this thing?
I thought he was gonna yoink the camera. Almost. I thought he was gonna just take the camera, or like put it down.
That's my main concern about like when I stream, and I really have to pee, and I'm just like, okay, like, obviously I'm not gonna take it to the bathroom, but like I need to leave it outside.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, Japan is a safe country, but is someone gonna fucking yoink my shit? Like,
Right. One time I did the one time I did a solo IRL stream, I took the
oh, nice.
yeah, I took the selfie stick and I went to go have lunch, and I dropped chat. I dropped my whole phone, the whole setup into a trash can.
What?
And, yeah. And
You're like,
yeah.
here, chat in the trash.
Yeah, and yeah, they gave me shit for that, but it was like, cause that was the reason why I dropped them in the trash can by accident, was cause I was at the ATM getting money, and I was like so nervous that like no personal information goes out, that I just, just
slipped,
yeah,
yeah,
it slipped and it
Yeah.
just like dropped in.
Or the times
Well,
where
there were. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
like there's also times where Gray unintentionally films butts. That's
Exclusively Blue's butt for
Yeah.
some reason. I think I just really like Blue's butt. Like I don't
a
know
very
why.
common thing.
Yeah. I start from the low angle and then make myself up to
The low angle. Wait,
Yeah.
you're on the ground.
I've been on the ground. Like recently when we did a Shibuya stream, and I was like literally just crawling on the ground because I thought the low angle is more aesthetic. But yeah, a lot of people watch it like staring at me, but it's a good
You're
time.
you're like a filmmaker, like cinematographer. You're like, what's the best butt shot? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, in 480p too.
480 pixelated butt.
It's perfect, dude. Gotta get that 90s like what is it, like VHS vibes going on.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not scuffed, it's aesthetic.
It's a certain aesthetic for sure.
Do you have anything, is there stream wise, is there anywhere else that you're planning to go for your IRL streams in the future?
Yeah. So it's really hard to try to come up with like where to go every single day, because I usually stream on YouTube every Thursday, like around 10 a.m. Japan time. That's like 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, North America. And it's really hard to try to find where to go. And so there's times where I just hop on the train until it's like 10 minutes before the stream start time, and I just get off at whatever stop I'm at, and I just start the stream there.
Oh, that's how you do it? Because you do end up in
sometimes.
like really almost like random, like kind of like unknown places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so sometimes it's just like completely random, where you I just like, I have no plan, because I can't think of where to go. I'm just like, what do I do? And like, where do I go? Like the places I want to go, and maybe they're too far, and like from my house it takes like 3 hours to get there, and I'm not gonna wake up at 5 in the morning just to stream at 10. Um, that is a problem right now currently. Um, which is why many of my recent streams are more kind of like out on the like northeastern side of Tokyo, like even outside of Tokyo, like Chiba. The other day I went to like Kashiwa, and which is like freaking like an hour and a half from Tokyo,
Yeah.
just because it's closer to me. And I was just like, all right, well, let's just go out this way instead of into Tokyo and figure it out. But
Wait, so you're streaming tomorrow, right? If it's Thursday.
I am streaming tomorrow, and I like this is the problem. I don't know where I'm gonna go. Do you guys have a recommendation?
Chat, let Cory know where he should go. Do you want to come?
Nokogiri?
Mount Nokogiri. Wait, Mixed Feed has another question. Have you had any and this kind of, I think you kind of answered with it with the other story they told me, but have you ever had any run-ins with any of your followers from Twitch or YouTube, and have you had any stalkers?
Okay, yes. So I already talked about the guy who was just like yelling my name down the street at like 11 p.m. in Seoul, but I also had another person who was actually stalking me, and it was this old it was an old lady. She was a grandma actually. And so she was like obsessed with Korean videos, and she would watch my YouTube videos, and she would comment a lot, and I'm like, okay, cool, and I would respond to every comment. But then it got to the point where she started like trying to like email me stuff, like because I put my email address there for like business reasons. And so she was just like, hey, Cory, I really love your streams and stuff. Like, I loved your apartment tour. Do you walk around your house naked? And
interesting question.
Okay.
I want to know.
yeah,
I want to know that. Do you?
No. Maybe summertime I do, but now no, it's too cold. Yeah, I wear sweatpants. But yeah, so it got progressively worse. So she was just like, yeah, what kind of soap do you rub your body on when you take a shower, and like all this shit. And I was like, what the?
Wow.
And then, but she would also tell me information about herself. So she was like,
What soap
yeah,
she uses?
well, she would be like, yeah, me and my granddaughter watch your stream, and I was like, oh god, she's a grandma. And then she's like, yeah, earlier today, me and my granddaughter and my grandson and my other grandson, like we went to like the football field, and we like, threw around the football, and I was just like, oh my god, she's a for real grandma, and she's like asking me about my shower situation and like if I'm naked. So I started blocking her. I started ignoring that stuff.
Okay. It's a little creepy.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
She made a new email address every time I blocked her, and she would just continuously email me. It was like I don't even remember what her name was now, because it was such a long time ago. But it would be like her name's like Jenny, and it would be like Jenny1@gmail, and then like I would block her, and then it would be like Jenny2@gmail. The next day, and then like it just kept going and going, and I was like, oh my god, like I can't block her. Like, how do I stop her?
Yeah, I mean, Toph says in chat, when you're that old, you got nothing to lose. I mean, it's absolutely true.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, like what is the saying? The older the berry, the sweeter the juice, or is it the darker the berry, the sweeter juice?
Why does my chat never ask me about what soap I use? That's offensive that they don't ask me. I feel like I'm close enough with my chat. Like,
what's up, Toph?
Yeah, fake fans, honestly.
Yeah, but
it's so awkward though.
Fake viewers.
It just got to the point where you just have to continuously just ignore them, no matter how many times they email you, no matter how many times they create a new email address. You just never reply, and then they eventually get bored, and then they just give up. And I think I heard your previous stream, and I think with Ken, Kudo Ken.
Yeah.
And you guys were talking about trolls, and or was it with Toph or Ken? I can't remember. But you guys are talking about trolls, and then like trolls, they want the attention, they want the replies, they want that kind of stuff, and if you just ignore them, they get bored, and then they quit.
Yeah, it's like if you don't give them the attention, they just go away. So
they find someone new.
So we got some suggestions from chat of where you should go. Small in chat says Didn't Whirl. How about you go to Didn't Whirl?
Disney World.
And I think he's talking about Didn't World.
Disney World.
Wait, Corey, if you go to Disneyland tomorrow for your stream, I'll go with you. I'll meet you. I'll meet you at my Hama.
I've been to Tokyo Disneyland 7 times.
7 times?
Yeah, well, this is like counting like the 80s and 90s, when I was growing up. Like Disney Sea didn't exist. Back
Right.
then.
Yeah.
But man, should we go to Disneyland tomorrow? That'd be cool.
I don't know if you're allowed to stream in there, but
I have no.
We could just go for it.
yeah. So
Because you were talking about that before, right? Like Disney, like we just go to Disney and just stream. Who cares if they kick us out? Who cares?
yeah, like I think it'd be fun. Like I honestly want to go to Disneyland or Disney Sea because you can drink beer there. So go to
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, you
That
can drink
sounds
beer.
good.
But
We should
yeah,
plan that.
I'm down.
I am so down.
I'm talking without Blue's consent at all, but yeah, I'm down. Just getting drunk at Disney Sea, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is okay to ask, but like, have you guys had like weird stalker things that happen to you?
When
Because I know you're asking me, because I'm the guest, right? But I want to ask you guys too.
Blue probably has more than I do.
I have. But it wasn't. The stalker I had wasn't through Twitch. And then.
Okay.
But I have had a lot of creepy people message me.
There's one in chat right now.
It was Dolphin.
He was one of the
Freaking Dolphin.
first people to ask Blue for a foot pic.
No, like I'm talking legit creepy people who
I'm
have,
sorry,
yeah,
Blue.
message me on like it's usually like private DM or on Instagram or things like that. And so I do get those regularly and I have to block them, but it's usually like a one-time thing. As soon as I block them, they don't contact me back. So I never
that's
had
good,
like
that's
a
good.
stalker kind of issue.
There was one time when somebody said, cause we're on Bluest, right? I checked the DMs too. Something about like they were offering to pay any amount of money to you to do, and then they just have to do something that they request on stream, and I was just like,
What?
yeah, I replied to that, and then I was like, what's the price, baby? what do I have to do? And I was just gonna like just get buck naked and get banned on Twitch.
You're like, Blue's not gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, because he doesn't know. It's just Bluest
Give me some
replying.
money.
Yeah. So Toph says selfie sticks are banned at Disney, so you probably can't live stream there. Okay, handheld stream.
We can sneak it. I've got my stabilizer. It doesn't look like a selfie stick.
There you go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, it's and I obviously don't get any like creepy weird shit, but
Yeah. I have a funny story from a friend of mine. Actually, they are also YouTubers from back in Korea, and they posted a picture of them when they were like in Indonesia or something, and they were like at the beach, and when you stand in the sand and like the water comes up to your feet.
Mm-hmm.
So they did this like foot shot thing, and they put it on Instagram, and I don't know why, but that photo got shared on some kind of foot fetish website.
oh nice.
Oh.
And so they actually gained a ton of subscribers, like I'm not even kidding, like 8,000 like followers on Instagram in like a matter of a week because of this foot photo that was being shared on a foot fetish website. And all these people were just like, show us your toes, what do your ankles look like, and like all this crazy stuff. And it was they were just like, oh my god, and they had to like actually close down their Instagram account.
So you're telling me if I post a picture of my foot, then I'll
Yes.
get 8,000 followers on?
No.
What?
It depends on if there's like
it depends on
specific
how
part.
sexy your
Yeah.
ankle is.
Is it ankle or is it foot? Because my toes are pretty nice, but my ankles
I
are a
don't
little
know, foot,
gnarly.
maybe foot. Like if you're like well manicured or something, like maybe it'll be like really hot.
I have like weird toe hairs. Is that gonna be a problem, or is that gonna turn people on? Do you think?
Like a hobbit fetish or something.
It's not that bad, but I do have like toe hair.
I mean, I have toe hair too, but maybe if you braid it, it'll be like pretty sexy.
Oh my god.
Do you know what we should do? We should do a toe stream
No.
where it's just the webcam is straight up to the toe and people have to guess whose toe it is.
Oh my God,
Yep.
yes.
And
Let's do it.
if they guess, they get nothing. But it's if they guess right. Blue, are you down for
Sure.
a toe stream?
No,
Toph has to join too.
I'm
Toph,
good.
Cookie, Anu, Corey, Kuroke,
And
everybody
Anu.
in Isekai.
Cookie and Anu. Oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, everybody on the Isekai team. We got Corey too. We got Luke. We're all doing the toe stream. So, I'm confirming it right now. Yep.
I'm cracking up at the thought of Cookie and Anu. Like, we're just like, whose toes are who?
Yeah. And then get banned because that's against TOS. Who cares? Let's go.
I'm gonna show your toes.
for the great content. Oh hey Anu.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah. Wait, showing toes is not against TOS, is it?
Wait, what? Is there?
I don't think showing foot. I've seen a ton of people showing their foot, and it's like completely fine. Like IRL streamers too.
Is there really a stipulation against showing toes?
I don't think showing. I know that's like a meme, but I don't think that's actually against TOS because I've seen a ton of people
Okay.
do that.
Okay, I was like, what are you?
I've seen somebody change their socks. Like they got socks and they took their shoe off and complete foot stream, and then they changed their and their partner streamer. Wait,
why were you watching someone's foot?
They got new socks. They did an IRL streamer, and they're like, oh, I got cool like Japan socks, and then they took it off and then they changed into the socks to show stream. Yeah, so it's maybe it's like if it's like a sexual thing.
If that's not the main focus,
Yeah.
then yeah.
It was a dude. It was a dude,
right.
by the way, that I was watching. It was really
Of course
hot.
it
but-
is.
So yeah, toe stream at Disney World coming up. Okay, handheld stream.
Mickey Mouse toe stream.
But anyways, you will be streaming tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Or is
I'll
that
be
confirmed?
streaming yeah, that is confirmed. I haven't sent out the notice, obviously, through social media, but yeah, it is confirmed. I will be doing that tomorrow.
Will you be
And,
streaming on
I
YouTube?
still don't know where.
YouTube or
it'll
Twitch?
be on YouTube. For
Okay.
Sure, YouTube.
So I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
in the link here. If you guys please follow, subscribe to
Thank you.
Corey's YouTube. He also streams games on Twitch. Thank you so much for doing this, man.
Yeah, thank you so much
Yeah.
for doing this. That was fun.
I just I just wanted to keep chatting, but anyways, if we're gonna end it, let's go.
Oh no. I mean we can keep going because we always feel bad
okay.
for like keeping people from the
Yeah.
because it's night
Nah.
too. So.
I'm having a good time, and then obviously, I love you guys. Your chat is amazing,
Yeah.
and I know some of these people like Small, and freaking Dolphin and Toph. Yeah, it's great to see everybody here.
So Toph says confirmed YT toe stream. What's the foot situation? Foot stream situation on YouTube? Is it possible to do it on that platform?
Yeah, but you probably can't monetize.
The foot policy. Okay. So
Yeah, foot policy.
I see. We can't drag you down to do that.
We could hashtag everything as like art form. Like this is like a performance art thing, and then maybe we could like work our way around it.
You guys should just
Like,
paint.
at least we get
together
some money.
That's
your
right.
toes.
Like toe painting instead of finger painting.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
toe painting, but it's actually just an actual toe. you make it seem like it's toe painting, but it's just literally a toe, like an actual toe.
It is not even doing anything. It's just a hairy toe as well.
I had a question. Is there anywhere you would want to visit? Somewhere that you want to visit in Japan for your streams?
For streams? Oh,
Yeah.
everywhere. So back in the day, back in the 90s, I mentioned I used to do graffiti, and I also used to skate a lot. And so as a skater, you're always looking at spots, right? You're always like, oh, can I skate that? Can I gap that? Like,
Yeah.
can I grind that or whatever? And as a graffiti artist or street artist or whatever, you're always like, hey, what would look really beautiful there? Like, can I hit that up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, whether it's a stencil or a sticker or like a throwy, a bomb, whatever. Just like, hey, like, what can I do in this one spot? So, I was, what am I trying to say? So back in the day, I wanted to make these videos of me exploring in these alleyways around Japan and like looking for spots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's actually one of the influences of why I do what I do now. is just like exploring, looking for stuff. Just like that's it. Like that's what it comes down to, is just exploring, looking for stuff. So these days when I walk around on my YouTube stream, I I'm not looking at things from a graffiti perspective or a skater perspective. It's just more of just like a normal, like, hey, like this, what looks beautiful, what looks cool, what can I take a photo of, what's a unique thing that other people in other places around the world haven't seen ever before. um I don't know where I was going with this train of thought. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. So, is it something that you like? Cause I don't really know the graffiti scene here, but I feel like overall it's kind of looked down on almost. Although, like, I think if I see a wall of graffiti, I'm like, that's really cool. But I see a lot of graffiti that's kind of like painted over with white paint and stuff like that. Like, yeah. How easy is it to actually do a piece in public?
In Japan, it's really easy because there's not a lot of police patrolling around and stuff, like in cop cars and stuff. In the States, it's really difficult. There's a lot of high risk, especially with like trespassing and stuff. There's always like security guards and, the potential for like, what do you call it? Like encountering another graffiti artist who might have a gun or a knife. So it's like very territorial between like crews, like graffiti crews. It's like, this is our territory and stuff like that. But in Japan, it's like super chill. So like there's like no one around. I used to get up all the time. But these days, I'm noticing that it's actually dying down, and I don't know why. Like if there was like a huge crackdown or something on street art in Japan, within like the last 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So for example, Cory's Banksy. I'm not Banksy. I know some people who know Banksy, but I'm not Banksy. Yokohama used, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Yokohama used to have like that amazing graffiti wall just outside of Yokohama Station.
Okay.
It was there like all through the 80s and 90s. Beautiful, lots of artists from Japan, amazing murals, like highly talented artists. And around 2004 or 5 or 6, Japan held the G20 summit, I think. And during that time, the Japanese government, they painted over everything. Like they just grayed it all out. It was just like all gray paint. And so since that time, that's actually what it looks like now. Like I was there in the summer during the Pikachu festival.
Oh, the
Yeah.
march.
Yeah, and I went to the wall, and I was like so excited to see the wall. And when I arrived, I was like, where's all the street art? It's
Aw.
all gone. Like all the
Sucks.
color, the life, the energy of street art was completely gone. And it's been like that ever since that one G20 summit. And it's very sad, very, very sad. But yeah, getting up in Japan, it's fairly easy. Like I could probably just go outside and paint for like 4 hours, and no one would ever talk to me.
Dude,
They would walk by, and they'd just be like, "What's this guy doing?" "Oh, he's painting a mural," and they would just like leave me alone.
I'm like completely serious right now, but could you do Cory teaches Gray how to do street painting? Like where we get like spray cans and and you teach me how to do it? Because I've never done it before. I'm totally into it. Like I would be totally up for it.
I could. Yeah, I could.
It's just like a matter of like finding where to do it, right?
Well, yeah, it's not just where to do it, but it's like what is like more than that. It's just what do you want to share with the world? Like
I mean, my doodles are like top tier anyway, so it's just I
Nice.
I just want to express my creativity and share it with the world because they deserve some of the artistic
If-
mind that I have.
If we can get some spray cans and some different caps, because to make like thick lines, thin lines, whatever. Like yeah, we can do it.
Dude, I want to do that. Like I'm not kidding. Like I would love to do that. And then Blue can judge me
I'll
the whole
show you.
time.
I will.
That's
And then
awesome.
Blue's gonna judge you.
I mean, because like like on our chat we do the whole like live doodle redeem. We can just do it on the wall.
Some random wall.
Yeah, we all got white walls. Look at us. So we
What,
can
you mean in your house?
No, like how if we do like an IRL stream and people redeem, if they redeem a live doodle, we can just find a wall and do that from the
Yeah,
lesson.
we could. Yeah, we could. Like if we were like IRL walking,
Mhm.
like randomly, and then someone's like, "Yeah, hit up this wall." Like we could probably find a pretty quiet wall where no one's gonna like bother us.
Dude, that's pretty sick. Please,
Japan is safe.
please teach me. Yeah, like I would love to do that. That's so cool. Sorry, Blue. I've been I'm just so curious about Corey or like the people that we bring on, but
No, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are so awesome. Thank you.
it's just because I got a Disney date with Disney date foot toe stream graffiti
Toe
time.
stream.
You guys have a lot of
Yeah.
plans. Yeah. A lot of
Toe
planning.
graffiti.
Mhm.
Tetsu says, "Is it legal?" I mean, you'd be making video evidence.
Yeah.
It's not legal. But also like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Like the cops aren't gonna like search Twitch.
You never know. You might have some cyber police on Twitch. It's that old
Meh.
mentality coming out. Yeah, like I'm totally down. Like I would love to do that. Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool street art in Shibuya.
I remember like back in the day, like for example in Sasebo, at Sasebo Station, like the train would pass by, everybody would get on the train, right? And then the train takes off. So there's nobody on the platform, and then I would just like I would just literally like hop down onto the tracks and then just walk across, and there's like a billboard, and I would just like paint this huge thing on the billboard, and then like just walk back and hop back on the platform, and then wait for the train, and then get back on and then get on the next train. I would do it in like 2-3 minutes.
Oh wow.
Furio.
And, yeah, Furio.
That's so scary.
And then there would be like maybe like 1 or 2 people that would be like walking up to the platform, and then be like, oh, there's a guy painting, and they don't do anything. Like they're just like stand there, and they're just like no, and then like when I come back on the platform, they're just like whatever. Like they don't care.
I went to school in like a really rural area of Tokyo where the ticket station isn't even a real ticket station. It's just a dude. Like there's no machine. It's just a dude, right? And like it's so local that you could just like run in from the side to the platform. Like there's not an actual building. It's just like rails on the street, and then
Wait, what?
like there's
I
a
see.
there's a fumikiri, right?
Yeah.
Fumikiri, and then you can just like run into the train station from that way and just get on the platform. And like
yeah.
my friends and I would just like fuck it, and then we would just like go in and then just like not pay.
I used to do that too. Like like I would climb up onto the tracks, and then I would like walk across the bridge. Like of course that's like really dangerous, but I would walk across the train bridge and then into the train station, and then I would jump on the platform and just wait for the.
Oh my god.
Blue, how about you? What kind of breaking into train station
Yeah.
stories do you have?
I don't know. Where I grew up, we always had like legit ticket stations. So
It wasn't
I
sketch.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't live in some weird sketchy area like you guys did.
There was a family mart right by the train station, by the
I never hopped a fence.
No,
by
I have
the
not.
by the like the ticket station, or like the ticket machines, was just like a person there, and there would be like table, like it would be like it would be stationed, right? So there would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a dude standing in 1 and 2, and then we would just buy food from Family Mart and just eat it on the 3rd and 4th booth, and then the guys would just be like, "Get the fuck out of here." But that's like it's like such a
Oh shit.
local area, right? Because you know where I graduated. Like that area is like extremely local.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
nothing there.
I've been there before. Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. That reminds me of those guys that like used to like with the paper tickets, and they'd be like.
Yep. It's that. It's literally that. Yeah.
It was those guys.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We got into a fight once with the guys there, and then they had to like call our parents and shit because we wouldn't
Oh,
listen to them.
man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, when I was younger and like that kind of stuff happened, we would give them fake names. It was so funny. Like I used to, obviously skate and hang out with like a bunch of like high school dropouts and stuff. And there was a time where like the Japanese police, they're like, it was like 1 a.m. or something, and my friend parked his car in the middle of the shopping mall, like strip mall thing.
What?
And so the cops came, and they were just like, "Whose car is this?" And we're like, "We don't know." And they're like, "What are you doing out here?" And we're like, "We're skating." And they're like, "Oh, you can't skate here." we're like, what are you talking about? We're American. And obviously they're 100% Japanese skaters.
Yeah.
And then they're like, what's your name? And they're like, my name's John Smith. And like, it was so funny. And the cops were just like, and they didn't know what to do. And they'd just be like, get out of here, because we were speaking English.
I
It was
used
super funny.
I used to make a fake name and then just say our rival school. I'm from the rival school.
Oh my god.
Like, cause we had like there's a you probably know, right? The boys' school, right? And then I would just say I'm from
Right,
there.
right.
I would just say that I'm from there and I'm just visiting for like a basketball match or something. And then yeah,
That's awesome.
whenever we get in trouble, like, but I mean, there's
So
only
the-
one
So
school
they go
there.
to that school.
Yeah. So
The next day, they're just like, we're looking for these delinquent.
it's happened more than once. But I'm like, it's like
Yeah.
I could never do that anymore. Like that's just not something I could do. Like I'm
Right. That's like in our youth, right?
yeah.
Our like rebellious years.
Blue, what was the most rebellious thing you've done? She's gonna be like, I spat in this girl's eye because she was
Oh,
stinging.
No, I mean, I smoked weed. That's about it.
That was the most rebellious.
I did a lot of drugs.
Is it?
I mean, in Japan it is. In Japan
Yeah.
it's extreme.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So that's probably the only rebellious thing I've done.
Yeah, BTR
Not
says.
like-
Yeah, BT says
Just
I used
so
to say I was from a rival
expensive,
school.
though.
Yeah.
I never like broken into anything or anything like that.
You never? Did you ever break into your school, Corey? Like late at night? Yes. I'm gonna
Yes,
take that as a yes. Me too.
So some other people did it too, and they got caught, and we were laughing. You're like you fucking noobs.
Wait, did you look like a punk, like a Yankee back in the day, or did you still have
I
this
did.
aesthetic?
I did. I had like a mini afro, and it was like dyed, like kind of orange yellowish. Yeah, and I had an ear piercing too, and I used to wear baggy pants and like.
Do you have picture
Yeah,
proof
it's
of
like-
this?
Not on me. No. A lot of the photo evidence is actually in my parents' basement, in my photo album. But I can't really ask my parents to go like into the photo album and scan the photos, because they're gonna find a bunch of other different photos, and they're just gonna be like, "What the fuck was Corey doing in high school?" So yeah, the next time I visit the States, I'm gonna try to scan every single one of my photos, or just bring it with me, you know. But yeah, so there is some like Yankee Corey photos in there for sure, guaranteed.
I want to see.
Dude, I want to see. I can't imagine that from the Corey now. Like it's so different.
I think I have just like a few on my Facebook now.
Okay.
I don't even use Facebook these days, but there is something, some evidence of
Yeah.
something on Facebook for sure.
You got yeah. I mean the people that like the anime, the Japanese culture, the weeaboos love that Yankee look. So I mean, if you want to bring it back,
Yeah.
like
You two can bring it back.
yeah. I mean, with my hair now, I'm bringing back my high school vibes, like the scene hair vibes. But I think
Oh yeah.
I think you can bring back the Yankee vibes.
I don't know. Do Yankee like that vibe? Does that still exist now? Like I don't really see it a lot
No,
around.
I don't think so, dude. Not as much as yeah. I don't think they have that as much. But what's the new Yankee in Japan?
I don't even know. Like I've been away for 20 years. So what is the new Yankee
Isn't it just like
style?
isn't it just kind of like the gyaruo kind of fashion? Because like
Maybe, I guess.
because people are very fashionable now. Like I see like high schoolers or probably like college students that are like extremely fashionable. Maybe that's like
Right.
yeah. They look a
I
lot
mean-
cleaner.
Wait, so like I'm curious. So like, what was your guys' style back in high school?
100% scene kid. I wore like XS shirts, girl jeans, still do, still do. And I had my bangs right here. They were blonde right here.
Oh shit!
Hair was longer than now. Yeah, that was my vibe. How about you, bro?
It was the
That is
same
a
for
vibe.
me. Lots of
You were the same.
yeah. I had my collection of studded belts, like because Avril Lavigne was like my idol and Paramore was my idol. I wanted to be Yeah, I really wanted to be in a band. I had like the side swept bangs with like the wax. Like it's like short in the back, so you can like spike it up a little bit in the back. Yeah, I had the whole thing. It was. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think studded belts can make a comeback.
I think
those are fucking
they are.
I
rad.
think so. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, I've told Chat this before, but there was many times when people thought I was a girl because my hair was a lot longer, and like my friends, and I was wearing like really tight shirts, and I was like way smaller than I was now, so people just thought I was a girl. Like my friends thought I was a girl, like from the back.
From the back, they were like,
Yeah.
that ass.
It's probably maybe they were looking at my ass. I have no idea. But I don't know, like I kind of like that phase of clothing, and I think it's gonna make a comeback at some point, but with that 10-year cycle, right? So I don't know.
Right, yeah, 10-year cycle for
Yeah.
sure.
I always looked up to those people that had the really puffy like scene hairstyle. And Toast says, and that's why you never got invited to a party. Exactly right, dude. Exactly right. We took a school bus to school, and I was like the only one that didn't talk to anybody. But I didn't want to talk to anybody, so I would always put my bag in the seat next to me and then bring a pillow on the bus.
What?
Yeah, I would always bring a pillow on the
A
bus.
pillow on the
Yeah,
bus?
Yeah. And then I would just sleep in the morning bus.
I found a few old photos, but it doesn't really have my like orange afro hair. But like, is there a way I can like share this with you guys?
Do you mind if we show it on stream right now?
I don't mind at all.
Okay, then send it to Blue on DMs, and then we'll pop it up on chat.
No DMs. You could just send it to the Discord chat that we're on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely coming back.
1 second.
With the Dolphin says
Try
with
to
the
get
My Chemical Romance release it. When they
Yeah.
release a new album, it's definitely coming back. Yeah, absolutely. So we're getting a picture of Cory in his Yankee days. I'm gonna post it up in chat.
Yeah, give me like 1 second here. I'm trying to.
I've seen pictures of you in college, and you're very different vibe than now. In college.
Who? Blue.
Yeah, Blue.
Yeah. I guess I think because I'm of course still am, but I was really into fashion growing up. So like I think each year I changed it up a little bit to try out different like fashion styles to see which one I really liked. And so I've had like all sorts of phases. Because I mean, even in high school, I think scene kid was probably the longest, but I was a goth kid for a while. And then, yeah, then I tried the whole like scene look. And then after that, I tried going for more colorful things, and I wore lots of like lace and frills. And I had really long hair with like the straight bangs.
I can't
And curly
even.
hair. Yeah. I tried like all of it. And then now it's just, I don't know what it is right now, but yeah. And then I think I tried like sporty look too before.
Sporty
Where I just-
Spice?
Sporty.
Yeah. I went through all the Spice Girls.
You went through all the Spice Girls.
Oh my god.
All right, so do we have that picture? You can pop it in chat.
I
Yeah.
sent a few photos of just like random stuff when I was like in high school in Sasebo. Obviously, it's just drinking and smoking.
Oh my goodness.
And then one photo of like me back in like my breakdancing days.
Right, I'm gonna just expand it here and show it here. So sorry, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna turn off chat for a second.
Oh my god. Look at that Chuhai.
Oh my god.
So here's the first one.
I could never.
Witch.
And then here's another one.
Oh, that was me when I was driving illegally in my friend's car.
I can't.
I'm drinking
my
beer and
God.
driving.
That doesn't look like you at all.
It does not.
That's old school, yeah. I was like 17.
So we've already shared a
Oh
pic.
my god.
Here's another one.
Oh
Oh my god. Oh my god, this picture.
Oh, okay. Now I kind of get this image. There were kids like this in high school when we were growing up, like the cool guys. You guys
But
are
I
like,
was the thing is I wasn't cool though.
Oh wait, I
Yeah,
gotta show the
right.
last part. Hold on.
I used to mess
Is
with
this
the
gonna
the
fit?
cooler.
Gotta make it smaller.
Oh.
The last picture.
yo, that's
Oh my
sick.
goodness.
That's
Oh
really
my
sick.
God.
Look at.
All right, now I have to look for a picture. Wait, Blue, you remember that picture of your first modeling job?
Yeah.
That is a shocking photo that I think we should share. I'll find a picture.
Shocking.
Uh,
Shocking.
I'll share a picture of when I was in if I can find it. I'll share a picture. Let me see.
Yeah. Existence of enigmas. Like Blair. Yep. Tommy.
Where's
Uh.
Are you guys gonna share it? Really?
I mean I've
that's
shown this
fine.
photo before, so it's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is.
Like, please don't feel pressured, you know, because I'm sharing like my old.
Oh no. I mean, I don't have any pictures from high school, unfortunately.
I love laughing at myself.
I think the only oldest picture I have is probably when I was 20.
20.
Oh, I was
Wow.
I just got into college. I came back to Japan for a year to study studying fashion.
Yeah. Okay, we're looking for a photo here. Wait, I have a lot of photos, like, but I think the long hair one is.
My God, what a cut!
But then again, my hair right now is pretty long, so it might be hard to tell or the difference. But so what made you change style then, Corey? I guess.
I think it was just over time where I just stopped caring about my image.
Okay.
And yeah, because like, you know, when you dress or act a certain way, like especially when you're young like that, there's some kind of like a personality kind of thing associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's like this image that you live up to. And so I you know, I used to dye my hair like blonde and like other things, and just grow it out like to like a massive afro. And
Mhm.
yeah, just eventually I just kind of stopped caring about that stuff. I don't know, just like it just happened over time. And yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, since then I've just been like this like balding boomer.
Balding.
boob.
Wait, okay. I have a photo. I've kind of like gone back to because of my long hair. You can't really tell that I changed, but like when we started streaming, I didn't have like.
I
super
can't
long
wait
hair.
to see it.
I'm gonna
Can't wait
send it to Blue.
Can you how should we do this?
I'm gonna send it to you on.
I can't open Discord right now.
So what should I do?
Oh,
Invite me to the call, and then I'll.
is
I'll
it alright
send
if I
to you.
step away to use the restroom?
Hey, go
Of
ahead.
course.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'll be
no.
right back. 20
Yeah.
seconds.
Can you add me to the call?
Let me
Okay, so this is probably when I guess this is like probably when I had my longest hair.
Oh, but no, it's gonna. I can't add you.
Okay, so I'm gonna send it to you.
call.
I'm gonna send
Yeah.
it to you via text message. And it's a little bit of work, but can you save it and then throw it up on via phone to Discord?
Okay.
Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Right now, I'm finding some photos to send, like old photos.
I think you guys have seen most of the ones I'm gonna share, but
So if I send it to you via text, you can pop it up, right?
mm-hmm.
All right. I sent it to you via text. This has turned into an interview to just hanging out with Corey. I love it. I just called my boss to give him my production report. His response: Are you on crack? That's the real question. Welcome back, Cory.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, right now we're getting photos up right now.
Okay. So I was trying to think of some things to ask you guys.
Okay.
While I stepped away. Yeah. So I know you guys are streamers, right, on Twitch.
Mhm.
And you guys are sharing your VODs, right, on YouTube. Is that correct?
We don't post our past VODs on YouTube. We have like
Okay.
separate stuff that we post.
Like FeelsCozy, we post on
Yeah,
YouTube.
like FeelsCozy. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. So you share FeelsCozy on YouTube, but not like normal gaming stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, not
Okay.
normal
Yeah.
streams.
Okay, so like, are you guys ever considering to like stream, like on YouTube instead of Twitch, like once a week or something like that, or like try it out?
I mean, I'm really up for anything. It's just we don't really have a following on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like
Right.
I feel like it'd be cool if we can get a certain amount of following here and then do YouTube, but I don't know. Like we just don't have a. We've never really invested.
Like bring your current community over to the YouTube aspect. Yeah, that's the tough part because a lot of people, like, once they're comfortable with one platform, they don't really want to switch to a different platform. And then I think Toph is making a really good point here. Once you're partnered, you can't really do that. Like, we were talking earlier about, as an affiliate, like you can't multi-stream or whatever, like dual stream to YouTube and Twitch. But yeah, I was just wondering, like, if you guys were like ever going to try that one day or not.
I mean, like we're really open to anything, honestly, but I think we wanted, like, the most important thing for us is obviously the people that hang out with us, and if people are kind of locked in with Twitch, there's no really, and the chat system, the culture, the emotes and everything about Twitch is just something that we've been living with, I guess, for the last 2 years, and we love it. We absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know.
It kind of
Yeah,
depends.
that's cool.
Yeah. The Blue, did you get?
Yeah. So let's show. Hold on.
I see these photos.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right,
So awesome. Yeah, throw me out of the view. 'Cause Blue needs to show the.
This is a really
Right,
interesting
so-
way to show the photos, by the way.
This is the only way I
It
can show
actually
it.
is.
Sorry, yeah, it's kind of weird, but so here's Gray,
That's when I went to go see Pierce the Veil when they played in Japan.
the Mia.
I don't know if you can tell, but my hair is like super.
That's you in the
long.
middle.
Yeah, that's me
Yeah.
in the middle with a 4-year strong shirt.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Gray looks the exact same.
Yeah, right now with my hair.
Looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
You're just wearing an orange beanie now.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. And I'm wearing an extra small shirt in that photo, by the way. So
Looks exactly
Yeah.
the same. Yeah.
great show, by the way.
Was that taken yesterday?
That was actually taken. Let's see. That was taken 9 years ago. Oh no, 10 years ago. That's
Oh my
2010.
goodness.
Wow.
10 years ago.
You don't age.
Alright, how about Blue?
It
So this
totally
is-
looks the same.
I'll take that as a compliment.
This is when I was.
Look
20.
at Blue! Look at Blue!
That was my first modeling
Look
job.
at
champ.
Look at you,
Hog
Blue!
champ.
Yeah, that's that's when I was 20. First modeling job. I
Wow.
basically
So cute.
I was
That's
actually I was walking around Shibuya, and this like really cute lady just approached me. She's like, "Hey, I'm looking for like a haircut model. Like, can you would you be willing to?" Because I had hair down to my stomach then. It was very very long, and like we'll, like of course like the haircut will be free. We'll dye your hair. Like it'll be like all of it would be free.
Whoa.
Just we're just looking for models. I said, okay, sure. And then, yeah, they sat me down. It's like, okay, we're gonna do 2 shoots. One, we're gonna keep like the length of it. You're gonna be in like a very like, a very not generic, but like a hair
Clean,
magazine for like office ladies kind of thing. Like very casual, very.
For OL.
Yeah, it's supposed to be something like a lot of like just anybody can have that kind of hairstyle kind of thing. And so yeah, this is the first one I did, and then but right after that, I did this one, and this one was supposed to be like hold on.
Toph says you look like a normie.
Yeah, I did look like a normie. Yeah, and then this second one was one I did with.
That's so cool.
And this one was supposed to be like, I think, it was inspired by the girl with a dragon tattoo, and so that's that's another one I did as well. And so I went from like very like soft feminine to very like lots of straight lines. And yeah, that haircut was really fun.
Cool.
But yeah.
You have so many phases.
I do have a lot of different haircuts and phases.
I made like a huge loop, and then I'm back at what I look like from 10 years ago.
Blue, would you ever go back to that like short hairstyle?
The thing is, I've had short hair for like, I think I started growing out my hair as soon as I started streaming. So until then, I had hair shorter than gray, or since college. So I don't know. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I am tempted to go back, but this is actually the first time I've had hair this long since high school. So, because when we first met, my hair was shorter than yours.
Yeah, it was shorter than mine.
But I mean, like, would you do the straight bang chop and like really really short back cut? Like,
yeah, I actually want to do this haircut again. It was really fun.
I think you would look really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because like Blue was like, would you mind if I went like, not skinhead, but if I shaved like did like a buzz cut? And I was like, I think you could pull that off, 100%.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I think.
All about it. There's not many people that can pull that off. So
right, exactly.
Even dudes, honestly. So it's
the thing.
Yeah.
Blue, you used to have like a what do you call it? Like the side buzz cut thing. What is that called?
Yeah. It's kariage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's grown out
The
now.
two
But
block.
I still do it. It's grown
So
out. I
I
haven't gone to
remember
the
that.
hairdresser in like a couple months. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You know what we should do? We should switch out styles. So Cory can do my style back when and then I'll do Blue style, and then Blue can do Cory style.
My hair, man. It doesn't work. It's gonna be a fail right off the bat because my hair looks like pubes.
What?
First of all, my hair is very wavy. It looks like pubes, and it just like once it gets past 2 inches, it just becomes an afro.
Spongehead SquarePants. The chitty chitty style, man. You gotta.
Chi style.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm very envious of people with straight hair because I can't do that.
See, that's the thing. Like for me, it was always like I wanted curly hair because I had really
for
straight
me
hair.
too.
It's really hard to set my hair.
Really?
Yeah, I envy
Wow,
curly
interesting.
hair because I really wanted to be able to curl my hair. Yeah, we want what we don't have, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Grass is always greener on the other side.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So yeah, Cory, I think we're at 10 p.m. This is the longest Feels Cozy we've done. Again, thank you so much for doing this, and everybody
it was really fun.
Thank you for having me, guys. For
Absolutely,
reals.
dude.
Much love.
And Cory's gonna be streaming tomorrow IRL on YouTube, so go check him out. He also streams on Twitch, so go give him a follow. Subscribe to him on YouTube, and we'll be back with another episode of Feels Cozy. Maybe not next week, but the week after that, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll let you guys know who's gonna be on the next one. And Cory, we're doing that Disney World, okay?
Disney
Disney
World.
stream.
All right, thank you so much, Cory.
Thank you so much, Cory.
Arigato.
All right, arigato.
Everyone say bye to
Much love,
Cory.
guys.
Bye, Cory.
お疲れ様。
Ozgari.